30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. 30 seconds. What you got? You got popcorn. How many people are tuning in? How many did you have? 600? How many? I just started.
If I can have everybody's attention, we're going to get started. For those of you that I have not met personally, my name is Danny Weems. I'm president of First National Bank of East Texas. Thank you. Thank you, Bridget. First of all, I'd like to begin by welcoming everybody here and for allowing the Yamboree Association to let the bank host this event and be part of the tradition. That's very important to us to be part of this tradition. And, and I have the privilege of introducing Mr. Jordan Blaze as the 85th Yamboree president. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Jordan, and he's going to introduce the ladies that have worked so diligently for the last 2 weeks, okay, for the Yamboree Association. So Jordan, thank you.
Thank you all for being here. I know you're all tired. It's been a long 2 weeks. I want to first thank Danny and First National Bank for allowing us to have this. I want to thank Bridget and Karen for all they've done setting this up. I know you've all interacted with both of them throughout this entire process. I want to thank each and every one of these girls. And even more importantly, probably than that, is the families. Because I know that each and every one of y'all have had a family behind you and a club behind you, and take great honor in having represented that club because they picked you. And they picked you for a reason, because of you and your family and the type of person you are. So I'm going to ask each of the girls to come up, and y'all are going to introduce yourselves. Y'all come up here and stand by me. Who wants to go first? Let's start on this end. Just introduce yourself.
I'm Ava Castleman. I'm representing the Blue Bonnet Literary Club, and my parents are Brenda and Andy. I'm Susan Keller, representing the Kiwanis Club, and my parents are Jennifer and Rebecca.
I'm Carmela Crow. I'm representing Beta Sigma Phi, and my parents are Eric and Lynette Crow.
I'm Carly Dean, representing 20th Century Club, and my parents are John and Jennifer Dean.
I'm Addison Walker, and I'm representing the Rotary Club, and my parents are Aaron and Michael Walker.
I'm Rajana Candy. I'm representing our Garden Club. My parents are Rainbow and Ashna Candy.
I'm Peyton Warren. I'm representing the Lions Club. My parents are David and Deborah Warren.
All right, so. The way this is going to work, we're going to pick a teller, and let's start counting money. Go.
I gave it to her as a grandmother. I'm sorry. That was nice. Oh, really? Mm-hmm. I wanted to be back in the picture. Here, you go. Here, you get here. And I'll get it. Okay? Hey, tell me what it's been like this last year. Did you really love it?
I loved it. It was a dream.
It was a dream. Tell me, what was your favorite thing?
The pageant, for sure.
Really?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. What was the one thing that you were maybe scared about, or thought was kind of intrepid that was going to happen that really didn't?
Well, before this, I was scared of public speaking. It's gotten better throughout the selling, and then the week of the Yamboree, talking to a lot of people, giving speeches. I was nervous I was going to fall on stage. That didn't happen, luckily. But overall, it's a great experience.
You do it again?
Yes, ma'am, for sure.
Well, if we have like a grown-ups later on, queens who want to be queens again, would you do it again?
Yes, ma'am, I would.
Oh, good. That's wonderful.
Yes,
well,
ma'am.
are you in college now?
I start in August.
Do you?
Yes,
Where are you
ma'am.
going to go?
University of North Texas.
Well, good for you. Are you
Yes,
looking
ma'am.
forward to that?
I am.
What are you going to major in?
Real estate and finance.
Oh, that's really good.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
really good because your dad's like into that.
Yes,
a whole lot.
ma'am.
Well, that's good. Are you going to be? Are you going to take over the company?
Hopefully.
Oh,
Yes.
that's good. That's good.
Yes,
I'm
ma'am.
so proud of you. I miss
Thank
you. I miss
know,
seeing
miss
you.
y'all.
But anyway, can't be right under you all the time.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
thank you for talking to us.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate
Yes,
it. We'll
ma'am.
see you soon. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Hugs.
Thank you.
Hugs. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay. Send me. This year's president. Oh. Ow. Hey.
2 minutes.
Oh. Spoken just like a lawyer. Well, okay. So, you're the president of the East Texas Yamboree Association, and that's how you get this wonderful job. What have you seen this last year that you think is a wonderful thing that Yamboree Association's doing that will go into the future?
Well, I think the Yamboree has been through a lot the last 2 years, just like all of us, everybody. But we've overcome that. We're going forward. We have our new event center going, and I'm excited about that. Just the entire process of getting back to normal, having this at the right time, having the pageant and the Yamboree at the right time. I think it's just a great time for the Yamboree to continue on this long history, 85 years, 85 times. So we're going to keep doing it.
That's great. Well, and what has been the one thing that you thought might be not good but turned out to be really good?
Ooh. About being the Yamboree this year?
About being Yamboree this year, or being the president, or?
Well, you know, I thought there was going to be a lot more problems, and I think this year it's been really smooth. And I think that's a testament to the presidents in the past and the people that have been running the Yamboree through the hard times, because COVID was hard. There was a lot of issues and caused a lot of problems. The board of directors and the presidents before me fixed all that, and they brought us through it, and it's been pretty smooth sailing. So I've been surprised so far. Now we still have several months before the Yamboree,
Right.
but I don't foresee any in the future any issues.
Okay, I'm going to ask you the $10,000 question. Now, this year, after your leadership, we're going to have our first female president of the Yamboree. What would you tell her to give her a heads up about this job?
Be willing to work with people. Be willing to work with people that have been doing what they've been doing in the Yamboree for however many years, 10, 20, 30 years, and learn how to approach them in a way that maybe we can change it to do a little bit different, but learn how to work with them. Because they've been doing it voluntarily for that long, and they don't necessarily want to see it change, but maybe some insight or different thought process can make it for the better for all of us.
Well, that's good. Well, I'm not going to hold you any further because I'm just really proud to get you for this long. Give me a hug, and
Absolutely.
we'll call it done.
Well, thank you for all you do.
Oh,
Absolutely.
well, thank you.
Absolutely.
Okay. Cindy and last year's president.
Who?
Last year's president.
Joel?
Joel. We have Oh, come on in and we'll do Joel. Well, now, turn that off. Just for a minute.
Carmela Crow.
This is Carmela Crow. Okay, Carmela, y'all have a business in town?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you like it?
Yes.
Do you work there?
Yes.
Do you work hard?
Yes.
Your parents own it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And I'm gonna say, tell us what it is.
It's Dogo Smoke West Barbecue.
All right. Now, tell me, this is your first time to be involved in Yamboree, correct? In Queen's Court? Or
I've danced in the pageant.
you've danced in
Yes,
the
ma'am.
pageant? Okay, but tell me about knocking on doors or going to places saying, I'm running, and did you find people that were willing to really help you, or tell me about that experience?
It's just kind of cool to see how the community comes together as like one and supports each one of us as like a whole. But yeah.
Yes. And what about the other girls? Do you have camaraderie with them, and everybody's been right nice to each other and
Oh, yeah.
all that? Good. If in, let's say 10, 15 years, you could run again, would you?
Yes.
You would.
It was fun.
Now, you know, probably in that span of time, you'd probably be married, maybe have a child, but you would run again. Yeah, I love it. I love it. How supportive were your parents?
Very.
Very.
Very. My mom went out with me practically every day, even if the business was.
So you kind of closed the door and said, no barbecue, selling tickets, right?
Yes, ma'am.
That is so good. That's what you have to do.
Yes, ma'am.
Mom, how did y'all, was that good? That's good. Did you bond more? Did you?
We're pretty much already connected at the hip, but it did help us. Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Well, I am so glad. Okay, hugs, and I'm going to let you go, because I know this is hard, but I'm going to let you go. But I need to go.
Of course.
You were so beautiful. All of
Thank
you.
you.
Are. Thank you. I love Mommy. Dude, how cute.
Scraping the bottom of the barrel for me.
Well, where's last year's president?
I'm taking his spot for right now.
What's he doing? Is he important? Is he?
He's staying out here.
He didn't want to talk to me, did he?
No, he's coming.
Oh, okay. Well, Kyle, it's been what? 2 years?
2 years.
2 years. You were in the pandemic years,
Yes.
right? Okay. Let's talk about that. That was difficult, wasn't it?
It was a very difficult year.
Very difficult. You didn't get great, though. You handled it very well, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am, I think so.
Well, I think you did. Tell me, through all of that, what is the biggest thing that you learned through all of that up and down? We're going to have it. We're not going to have it. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
Honestly, the biggest thing that I learned is, number one, the Yamboree is so important to this community, and it's such a big part of everybody's lives here. You know, when we had to cancel the first time, nobody wanted to make that decision. It was a tough decision to make. And as things got better and as we learned more about COVID, it became kind of apparent that we might be able to do this, but, try not to get everybody's hopes up that we could do it. We kind of backburnered it and, kind of got ready for the next year. Well, when we had the opportunity to, have a Queen's race, we kind of seized on the opportunity and went through with it. And I'm so glad we did. I'm glad those girls got to experience that, and I'm glad that next group got to experience it too. So.
I think so. I think you did a very good job, because it was like climbing a mountain in your bare feet. I mean, up a rocky mountain, because we didn't know, remember, from week to week, day to day, people were calling, and it was hard. It was hard on presidents and people on the board.
On the board, people that aren't on the board of directors and have not been involved in the Yamboree don't really realize how intertwined everything is with the Yamboree. And when people are saying, well, why can't we do this, just this and not this? Well, everything is so interconnected, it's hard to do just one event and not do everything else. So, when we kind of made the decision and we started trying to unwind everything, we kind of realized, hey, this is, kind of a bigger web than just the carnival and the parade, just kind of everybody sees. There was a lot of work behind the scenes to kind of try to wind that down. And, like I said, thankfully, though, we got to have the coronation and the Queen's race.
And it was fun.
And it was a memorable one, only one that probably ever be done in the spring. So, we have that, check that off our list. We had a spring Yamboree, so. That
was good. Tell me, because we are seeing a lot of younger people come up, in Yamboree. You're one of them. You're one of the little baby, anyway, what do you see changing in the future for Yamboree? Do you see anything on the horizon, or?
I do see some changes for the Yamboree. Not all of them are going to be, some of them may not be popular things that change. But, as things, as the area kind of progresses and as we have, because everybody knows we have new folks moving in and out, you know, there may be new events, or there may be events that are older events that, you know, they're just not popular anymore, and we might have to kind of look at doing something else with that. But I just see maybe like some shift in some stuff that we're doing. I think the core of the Yamboree will never change, but I think some of the outlying stuff may kind of looked at and kind of gone from there. So
Right. Tell me, were you completely surprised, or were you ready for the fact that we're going to have a woman president for this next year?
Oh, I think it's awesome. I think that just kind of shows you that the Yamboree is kind of getting with the times as far as, you know. I think it was long past due that we had a woman president, and I'm kind of glad that we've done it. So, you know, it's 2022. So I think it's, you know, if we can have a woman vice president, we can have a woman Yamboree president. So.
There you go. Well, give me hugs. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Bridget.
I'll send another unassuming person in here.
I think you've got a.
I've got two, I know.
All right.
Three, I've got three. Come here. Raji, how are you, baby? Good. Have you had a good time?
Yes, ma'am, I had a great time.
Tell me what you have learned in this past 2 weeks.
Whenever I went to the place my mom bought our house from, he told me a lot about the Yamboree that I didn't know.
Really?
Like it's a big annual thing, and we do it to bring people to our community.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and the way he was going into detail about it, I was like, I've been here, but I didn't know it that much.
So you really learned a lot that's probably going to help you in the future.
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Good. You going to college this next year?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you going?
I want to go to TSU.
Do you?
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. What are you going to major in?
Early childhood education.
Are you?
Yes,
Thinking
ma'am.
about doing teaching?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you really? Would you come back here and do that if you had the opportunity, or would you rather go to the big city?
My mama said I probably wouldn't like the big city, so I'll probably come back to a small city, and Yamboree is the best one.
But you would try a big city if you had the chance, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. What have you learned? Did I ask you what you've learned this past 2 weeks? I did,
Yes,
didn't I?
ma'am.
All right. Tell me what the hardest thing was this past 2 weeks for you.
The hardest thing for me, well, there's two things.
Okay.
One, at first, is because I'm kind of shy when it comes to new people. And so that was overcoming that. And then secondly, it was learning how to talk to people that didn't want nothing to do with the Yamboree.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
How to just keep a smile on my face and just be like, okay, thank you. Just
It
walk
is.
away.
It's hard. It's hard to defend something that people have already made up their mind about. You know, and no matter what you do, how you say or anything, you're not going to change their mind. But it's kind of like, for me, scrambled eggs, Yamboree. I don't like scrambled eggs, but I'll try it. So, and then when you try it, you like it. So I'm hoping that is it. Are you looking forward to putting on a big, pretty dress and coming down those stairs and waving at everybody? No.
I'm very nervous about that, but I'm excited to learn how to walk in it. Because
You can do it. You can do it. You really can. Who helped you the most this time?
my mom.
Your mom.
Yes, ma'am. Just to stay positive
Yes.
through all of it.
Right. Well, you just have to do that every time, and just when it's not Yamboree selling to get kind, you got to be happy. And I think you will be, because you're just a little spark. That's just all there is to it. You're a spark.
Thank
Give
you.
me a hug, and I will get you out of the hot chair, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, baby.
Thank you.
Next. Have we got a problem out there?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay. Have a seat, babe. Tell me, how did you like doing this Yamboree stuff? How did you like approaching people and saying, hi, my name is, and would you like to buy a ticket? Would you like to make a donation? How was that for you?
I mean, honestly, it's a little out of my comfort zone, but I think it's actually helped me in the long run for being more outspoken and talking to people. So I think it's going to help.
Well, that's really, really good. Now, you're senior this year, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
What's the most favorite thing that you saw or did during selling these tickets?
I think designing the dress, it's been so fun because I'm working on it with my grandma and my great aunt, and so it's just been fun.
Really?
Yes,
Good.
ma'am.
You're going to have lots of sparkles.
Yes, ma'am.
Those sparkles are the thing.
Yes, ma'am.
What is there one thing that you will take with you forever on this?
I think I'll probably take just learning to communicate with people and be more, learn how to approach people better and learn how to say it, how to be respectful with it, and just have a decent conversation without it being awkward in the middle.
We had a girl in here a minute ago that said she learned how to not get upset when people talk against the Yamboree, that was difficult for her. Did you have any of that on this?
No, ma'am, I don't think I had any of that really, which is very thankful.
Well, really, but there are people who are, you know, they'll go out of town during the Yamboree, this and that, and I understand that, but it's fun, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am.
It is. Would you do it again in 10 more years if you could?
Do
Yamboree again? Would you run for, let's see, Mary Queen or anything like that if it came up?
I mean, I think, I don't know.
Talk to you then? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Ask me again in 10 years.
Yeah. Well, that's right. We don't know. Well, I'm going to hug you and let you go.
Yes, ma'am.
I think they're getting almost through. They want us to be out
Yes,
there. So
ma'am.
thank you,
Thank
sweetheart.
you.
Thank you for everything you did for Yamboree. We really, really appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See you soon, all
See
right?
you soon.
Send me another victim. Person. You know I don't mean it. Get over here and sit down in this chair. Do we still have two people or one people start? One person's?
One.
One, okay, all right. All right. Tell me, what did you like the best about knocking doors and going into businesses you've never been in before and saying, buy a ticket for me?
At first it was a little hard because I'm very quiet, but it really has shown me how to open up to people and just make a connection with them.
So do you think this is gonna be good for you in the future?
Yes, ma'am, I did think it would be good.
I think it will be too. Did you enjoy it?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
It was hot, wasn't it?
It was.
Very hot, wasn't it? Did you take lots of water and good?
Yes,
good.
ma'am, we brought snacks with us too.
Oh, that is so good. Who went with you the most?
My mom did.
Your mom did. So she was kind of selling tickets too.
Yes, ma'am, she was a very big help and I'm so thankful for that.
Oh, that's good. So do you think we should just move you over and let her be in the pageant this year? No.
She could have her own spot.
We're going to let her sit down and rest and see how beautiful you are for this. I've asked nearly all the girls this. If in 10 or 15 years you come back, would you want to run again?
I probably would want to run again just because I've grown up with all these girls and they're so sweet and just I love everything about them and it's really a good experience for everybody.
Well, that's really a grown-up way to look at it. Thank you. Tell me where you go to school.
I go to school at Gilmer.
Do you? Okay. All right. I've run out of questions. I can't believe I've run out of questions. You do it again.
Where's she going to college?
Yeah. Are you going to college next year?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you going?
Tarleton State.
Oh, I had a cousin that went there. They loved it. Are you going to love it?
Yes, ma'am.
What are you going to major in?
Agribusiness.
Are you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now that's not the selling of the cows and other things. It's
No.
in like having a farm and learning how to use things and make the most of everything.
Well, it's like a business degree, but in an agriculture way. So that will help me with my plan of opening up my own flower shop.
How wonderful! So you want a flower shop?
Yes, ma'am.
You gonna come back to Gilmer and do it?
I'm not sure. Maybe whenever I'm older.
Yeah. Go out there to the big city and learn, and then bring it back here.
Yes, ma'am.
That is wonderful. That's wonderful. Give me a hug. I'll let you go.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweetheart. We sure appreciate what you've done.
I appreciate y'all for helping all of us.
Well, no problem. Thank you. It's in that little red area. How are you?
Good.
You're so cute.
Thank you.
I'm so partial to you because you have red hair. All my grandchildren have red hair.
Yes, ma'am.
So, tell me when you were out in the heat, and who went with you the most?
I think my mom went with me the most, and then I went with my cousin some, but mostly my mom.
Most. And how did you feel asking people, I've got these tickets, and this is it, and I'm trying to be the queen, and can you help me with this? Were people glad to see you, or did they kind of go, get out of here?
Well, I think it was a lot different depending on where I went.
Mhm.
Thinking Gilmer people were they were used to it. They knew I was coming, so that was a lot easier. But when I kind of branched out to like Longview or Big Sandy, they were a little more,
Hesitant.
I had to explain the Yamboree a couple times, but
You're kidding.
sometimes.
You're kidding. They're known all through Texas, and you said, but there are people who just, they don't. So was that easy for you, or was it hard?
Well, at first it was a little bit hard because that's really different for me, but it ended up being kind of a fun experience. I liked getting to introduce myself. It was fun.
That's right. You might be a politician later on. Could you see yourself doing that?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. Well, are you going to go to college?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you going?
I would really like to go to NYU.
For real?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you?
My parents don't really want me going there because it's a whole day's drive away, but I really like it.
You're talking about New York University?
Yes.
Yeah, it's more than a day going there. Is it the thought of going where you've never been before and things are very different and learning about that?
Well, it's a little bit of wanting to kind of, go out on my own and be independent.
Uh-huh.
But it's also, they have a really great journalism and English program.
Uh-huh.
And New York City has a lot of jobs for, they have publishing companies.
Right.
They have a lot of opportunities for that field.
Oh, fabulous. So you're going to major in journalism?
Yes, ma'am, and English.
And English. Oh, that's great. I have a daughter that's an English teacher. She's really, I didn't say that out loud. But do you like to read? And that is wonderful. Wonderful. Now, where do you go to school now?
I go to Harmony.
Oh, do you? Good school. Good school. Good school to the west. All right. Hug me, and I'll let you go because I know this is not easy for you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, thank you for all you've done for Yamboree.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Hey, Joel.
You guys, you're good?
Have a seat, Joel. So, Joel, last year's president, right?
Right.
Okay. What did you like best about being the Yamboree president?
Handing the gavel over to Jordan.
Okay, all right. Well, you did well.
It was a lot of fun, but I'm glad it's Jordan and not me this year. So
Well, I have asked each of the past presidents, and now I'm going to ask you. I see change on the horizon somewhat. Younger people, you and Kyle and Jordan, and you're going to have, and next year we have our first woman president. So we really are going to the future. So what do you think about having a woman president this next year?
I think it's a good idea. I think it was time. So
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. What did you, in your year of being president, what was the best thing that happened?
well, we had a record-breaking Queen's race, and it allowed us to put on a very successful Yamboree.
Mm-hmm.
So I think just that we were able to keep it going after COVID, that stopped everything.
Absolutely. We had a terrible 2 years, didn't we? That was just awful. And I don't want it coming back again. Now, I know there are people coming down with COVID again, but I think it's not like it was, the first time. Would you do it again?
President?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
At least you tell the truth. Well, I thought you did a very
I'm
good
very
job.
willing to help
You're willing to help?
and guide any president, but
Okay.
yes.
Well, it's just not your thing to be out in front of people. I mean,
No.
you know, you'd never be a politician.
No.
No. Okay. Got a kind heart, so I love that. I love it. Well, all right. Is there anything else you want to tell us about East Texas Yamboree that you like the best?
I mean, it's just a great time, great reunion for everybody. Come out in October. See you then.
Well, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna let you off the spot. Give me a hug. I always like to hug the good men. Thank you, Joel. Is that it? Have we had everybody but the queen? Huh? Everybody but who's gonna be the queen. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. I meant the person. Freudian slip, ladies and gentlemen. Freudian. Oh my gosh. We have not had the queen.
All right, here's our one of our past queens. Is that what you meant? I think that's what you meant. Here's our past queen.
Sit down here.
Yes, ma'am.
I just stuck my foot in my mouth.
It happens from time to time.
Well, especially with me. Now if I can just chew around my toes and be fine.
How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Tell me when you were president.
I was queen in 2009.
In 09.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you remember outstanding of that? That's been 11 years ago.
Don't remind me.
Hush
I'm
up.
getting old.
I was young back then, and you were a baby. Tell me, what did you love about it?
What did I love about it? One of the main things was during the race, just getting that experience to walk in a business and be able to say, you know, introduce myself and tell them what I was doing and my goal, and just having that interaction and that experience.
And has that helped you now, all these years later?
Definitely.
Because you have a pretty good job with a pretty good bunch of people we won't mention. But
Yes, ma'am.
anyway, okay, you have how many children?
I have two
Boys.
Two boys.
And a baby on the way.
Baby girl will be here in 5 weeks.
Look here, what are you going to name her? Crystal?
Kennedy Rose.
Oh, that's so pretty. That is so wonderful. What do you see, because I know you sit on the board like I do, what do you see as the biggest change that's probably going to come forth in the future besides having a woman president this next year?
Biggest change? That's a big question. I think there's a lot of let's see. I think that there's a lot of new things that are going on in all the different events that are just, I guess not changing them as in bad, but just bringing them back to life and adding just all those fun different things to them to keep people excited, to where, you know, we like the same old, we like tradition. It's who we are, it's who Yamboree is, but, you know, just adding something different to them to keep the excitement.
Keep the excitement going. You know, things are changing everywhere. And you know, we're going to have a woman president this year. And I'm really excited about that.
Me too.
You know, I just think it's going to be wonderful. And it's just, I mean, I see us going forward because, see, you were a queen. You sit on the board. You have children here that will participate in the future. And I just think I want to see what it's like from your end of it. Your end of knowing that your kids are going to be here and they're going to be happy and they're going to want to go to the Yamboree and ride the rides and do the Rocco Plains. But especially, I see your boys going to the livestock part of it.
Yes.
Now, you're deep in the livestock, aren't you? Don't you help them a good bit?
Well, I grew up showing, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what did you show when you were showing?
I showed heifers and pigs.
Now that's cows and pigs.
Cows and pigs, yeah.
Okay. Well, there they go. So I'm gonna hug your neck, and in the next little while we're gonna have a queen, and it could be any of all 7.
That's right.
I love you. Thank you for talking to me. I love it.
Do you want to interview one last person?
I'll talk to you. We're gonna have to make it short, because they'll be. Okay. How was it? What'd you do? What'd you like? Out selling tickets to people that you probably never knew, and how did you cope with that?
Well, it was really just me. Well, everyone in town was very sweet, so it wasn't really like a hard thing to do. So getting to meet all the new community, like every part of the community, was pretty amazing, and just everyone was very sweet. So yeah.
Oh, good. Did you go out of town? Did you go like to Longview and
Yes, ma'am. I went
Big
to
Sandy and Hawkins?
I went to Big Sandy, Longview, Kilgore, Gladewater, Harmony.
Fabulous.
Yes.
And you had a good time.
Yes, ma'am.
So you were not shy a bit about going, I'm running for this, and I need you to buy some tickets, if you will, or some raffles, or.
Yeah. So the first time I was very nervous,
Were you?
but then I kind of just got over it after everyone was like continuously begging. That was nice.
That was good. Who went with you the most? Mom, dad, sister, brother?
My mom and my aunts.
And your aunt.
Yes.
And that would be your aunt.
Kate and my aunt Caitlin.
Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah. I know. That is wonderful to have your family behind you. You know, well, that's good. What are you looking forward to in this Yamboree?
This Yamboree, we're getting to bond with all my candidate queen racers, so that'll be pretty fun. And getting to go to all the events really is going to be exciting.
Okay, are you? I know you're a girly girl. There's no doubt about it. But are you like gonna go to the livestock thing?
I'm showing a pig. Yes, ma'am.
You're showing a pig.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, when you show a pig, the pig you have named your pig.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what do you do when somebody buys it and says, "I'm gonna make Christmas ham out of it"? I mean, do you cry?
It's sad. Yeah,
Yes,
because
it
you've gone
is.
with it for so long.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
ma'am.
I was always wondering. I only had cats and dogs, and I didn't do that. Because back then, when I was doing it, or when I thought about doing it, it was only the guys that did that. You know?
Really?
So yeah, no girls in the FFA.
Wow.
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah, we learned about that in my ag class.
Did you?
Yes,
I bet
ma'am.
you did. I bet you did. What?
Yes.
What are you talking about? Okay, what is your most favorite thing about the Yamboree?
When the carnival comes to town, we get to sit on the little pasture area in front of the courthouse with my family. That's the best part.
You like that? You like being? Do y'all take all your goodies that you
Yes,
get?
our little
They have
snacks.
little picnic.
Yes, ma'am.
That is so wonderful. Oh
Yeah.
man, that's so great. Oh, well,
We have one more to interview.
okay. Well, I'm gonna hug you and let you go because you got
Thank
one
you.
more.
Thank you.
Okay, baby.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I have wiggled this thing till it's just done. Sit yourself down here. I want to talk to you. Tell me about selling tickets to people.
To people? Well, what do you mean, like my experience with how they work?
Yeah. I want you to tell me. Tell me all of it.
Honestly, the people were pretty great. Everyone in the community, I didn't have any complaints.
At all?
Everyone was rude.
That was wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, well, who went with you the most? Mom, grandmother, sister,
Grandma.
Sandy. Well, I knew she would. She's been down that road a few times, hasn't she? That's great. What is the most exciting thing to you about the East Texas Yamboree?
That's a hard one. I don't know.
Well, how many people in your family? You know, y'all have a big family. How many people come in for the Yamboree? Everybody.
Yes, but mostly everybody's already here. So.
But you still like it.
Yes,
There's things you look forward to.
Yes, my older brother, he's in college right now, or he just graduated, but he'll bring 20 of his frat brothers home.
Well, that's pretty good. That sounds good
Hang out with
to
them.
me. Are we about to? Okay, we're about to, okay, come on, come on. Sorry, we had to abbreviate this. Okay.
A couple of other introductions that I forgot to make. We have last year's president, Joel Murray, here. Where you at, Joel? Joel. And we have last year's queen, Hannah Henson, here. Thank y'all both for being here. So for the race today, the total was $538,775.75.
Good grief.